Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jacques.
Hulk.
What's going on, folks? What is happening? Good morning, good evening, whatever time it is your way. Jacques, the Tennessee Titans, man, with another loss. This time against the Buffalo Bills. 34-10 in Buffalo, Orchard Park, New York. 34-10. The Tennessee Titans are now 1-5. We look terrible. We look abysmal. We look trash. Whatever name you want to put out there, that's what we look like right now. It's sad. It's horrible. We are a bad football team, ladies and gentlemen. We suck. We're trash, Jock. We're trash.
I mean, you said it. You took the words right out of my mouth, man. We're not a good football team right now. At least expect us to at least be competitive, I guess. We've been competitive all the way up to this point. And the funny thing is, I missed like part of the game because, other obligations, but I didn't miss too much. I didn't miss too much from what everybody keeps telling me, man. So, yeah, man, let's just get into it, dog. I think everybody's exhausted mentally and I think physically as well from what the Titans have been putting up lately. We're 1-5. Give us the main reasons why we lost this game, man.
Well, one, even from the very beginning of the game, time management. When I look at Brian Callahan, I'm going to have to give him smoke today, man. When you look at the first half, I was sitting there watching the game like at the end of the first half, it cost us points at the end of the half where, we're trying to move the football. We had an opportunity maybe to get a field goal, and we had an opportunity to call a timeout. We didn't call a timeout until later, like with 13 seconds left to go, and we blew an opportunity where we had to throw a Hail Mary, but not a Hail Mary, more like a Mary Hail, the opposite side of this. It was bad. The time management was bad all game. Then the decision to go for it on 4th and 1, to me, that was the biggest play of the game. The fact that we went for it on 4th and 1 in their territory, sub 40 yards, and we didn't get the first down. We ran a freaking halfback dive against the Buffalo Bills, and it got stopped, right? So from that point, Buffalo gets the ball, and then they score. So to me, that changed the narrative of the game was time management or clock management by Brian Callahan. Now, we do have that poll question out the way as well, too, man. You all can you can answer that as to why we lost this game. But I'm putting this on Coach Brian Callahan. I think, to me, that's what turned this game around, right? The defense did well enough for a while. I thought Mason Rudolph played decent. He played good. He played decent enough at some point. But once we lost that momentum, because Tony Pollard was running very well, the offensive line was blocking very well on the left side. To me, that's what turned the game around, was him being a rookie head coach that cost us this game. It cost us dearly this game. And then when I think about the fact of, even a right tackle, I'm sitting there like, okay, now we have Nicholas Petit-Ferrer out there. From my understanding, I heard, Leroy Watson got hurt and the Jalen Duncan got, so we just all over the place. So I think more than anything today, our third down efficiencies wasn't good. Clock management was bad. Calvin Ridley was bad. We suck. I'm putting this loss on Brian Callahan. He's a rookie. He's going to have to learn. He's going to have people around him to help him out. Time management screwed this game up, man. So that's for me, bro. What about you, Jacques?
I mean, again, I didn't get to see most of the first half of the game because, again, I was actually at a better football game. My son had his Pee-wee football game that was a lot more entertaining and better than what the crap that I seen on TV. So shout out to them. But from what I was able to pick up and hear, man, I mean, everything you said, man, from even the time when I got to the third quarter, coaching still was okay. Execution is not there. The team looked lackluster. It's just no effort, man. And I think that's the problem. Like you said, he's a rookie head coach. He looked like a rookie head coach today. And I mean, until he can clean it up, this is going to keep looking way how it's looking, man. So, again, personnel-wise, Calvin looked like trash today. Oh, my God. He looked bad. And again, I don't know if he doesn't know the entire playbook. I don't know what's going on with Calvin. But right now, man, he's not helping his quarterbacks at all, right? We've seen it with Will Levis, and now I'm seeing it with Mason Rudolph. I'm like, dude, are you running the wrong and incorrect routes? What's going on? So yeah, that's for me, man. From the little things that I saw. I mean, again, like you said, head coaching, Brian looked like a rookie, and it's that's what you expect, man. Let me say this. I can't expect Brian Callahan to be Bill Belichick. I'm sorry. Not off of year one, maybe not off of year two, right? But again, I expected him to look better than what he's presented at the beginning of the season, saying he's going to look this way, we're going to execute this, we're going to score 30 points. You can't talk your trash and then not back it up. So that's for me, man.
All right. Okay. Cool. Shout out to everybody watching the show as well, too. For those that don't know, we're on YouTube at Tennessee Titans Weekly. We're on Apple. We're on Spotify. And if you're not following us here on Bleacher Report, do that today. Follow us for all your Tennessee Titans content. All right. So there's a lot of issues going on here in Tennessee, as you all know. Y'all can throw that in the comments as to what you all think. We're going to put the poll question out there as well. So, Jock, I have a question for you, man. We're 1-5. Again, with a big loss to the Buffalo Bills, 34-10. Our season's done, folks. It's done. For me, it's done. I don't know how you feel, Jock. I'm done emotionally with the Titans this year as far as getting the playoffs. Right now, my conversation is we'll see as the season goes on. So, what's the biggest issue with the Titans right now, right today, and how can we fix that?
That's a hell of a question, man. Everything's not working. I think if I have to put a percentage on it, right now you're dealing with a rookie head coach, so you're going to have a lot of bumps in the road with that. Quarterback play has not been the best, right? It really, literally, the quarterback and the head coach position is married, so it's definitely not that. So right now you have an overall offensive problem. Defensively, they have tried. They have at least put effort. They've put energy. They've done what they needed to do, right? I can only ask them to do so much because we've seen this. I mean, to people in the comments, Hawk, I don't know how you feel, but I feel like there's no big drop off from last year, the year before, and the year before from this year when it comes to offense, right? We've struggled besides having Derrick Henry. When we had Derrick Henry, at least we knew what our identity was. At least we had some excitement. At least we knew we were going to score some type of points off of his back alone. It's kind of messed up to say that, but at least it's off of his back alone, right? It's him. But we don't even have a Derrick Henry anymore. So at this point, there's no identity. You're dealing with a bunch of older receivers now. D-Hop is older. Calvin Ridley's older. Tyler Boyd is just Tyler Boyd, right? So it's really nobody from the receiving position stepping up. Offensive line, I'll say this, is getting a little bit better. They're starting to get gel up a little bit better, but that right side is still trash. So I think you have an overall offensive problem that cannot be fixed right now. How we can save it, we can't save it. It's a wrap on the season, like you just said. It's over, dog. So you just might as well get ready. Start looking. If you're not a college football person, start looking at college football now, because we need a couple of things. And I've never been that guy to say tank. But at this point, we need to start reviewing quarterbacks, start looking at something to get this fan base rejuvenated. Because right now, this fan base is dejected. This fan base is emotionally checked out. I think just everything about this whole fan base right now, just Titans period is stale. So there's nothing you can do right now to turn this ship around. I'm sorry. Especially what it showed me today, Hawk, is when we get behind like we did with the Bills, effort is out the window. Everybody stops playing. D-Hop's on the sideline. There could be speculation why D-Hop's on the sideline. I'm not going to put that out here, but he's on the sideline. So that tells me that they're just getting ready for next year. Let's just figure out. Let's start over. Let's get back to where we need to get back to and go from there. That's my thoughts, bro. What about you?
I think the biggest issue with the Titans now is Brian Callahan is scared. He's scared. He knows, of course, Mason Rudolph isn't going to be your quarterback going into next year. Like, he's not going to be the savior at quarterback. We know he's a backup quarterback. He can only do what he can. That's cool. But when I look at Will Levis is your quarterback for this year. And right now, in order for us to know anything, for us to win games, Brian Callahan has just to say, look, Will, just go out there and do your thing, bro. Literally. We can't play safe ball. I somewhat think that he has more trust in Mason Rudolph than he does Will Levis. Because even in the play calling, even all day today, I thought some of the play calling was pretty decent. And I think some of those opportunities that he gives to Mason Rudolph, he doesn't give to Will Levis. I think right now he needs to open up the door, kick open the door, and say, you know what? I'm taking these plays I'm giving to Mason Rudolph, though I'm scared as hell. I'm going to let Will Levis do this. I think the only way that the season's done. I'm not sitting there saying we're going to make the playoffs, but I think if anything, the biggest issue is Brian Callahan and Will Levis. As I mentioned in the previous show, there's no trust. There's no trust between the quarterback and the head coach. He's going to have to say, hey, look, I got to trust my quarterback. I got to put our offense in the best position. The defense is doing the best they can for as long as they can. And what will end up happening, as it did today in the second half, the defense emotionally backs away and says, you know what, man, I'm not going to sit there and risk popping my Achilles tendon trying to stop this guy when our offense can't even score more than 17 points a game. So I think right now, again, we only scored 10 points today, ladies and gentlemen. We have to open up the playbook for Will Levis. Mason Rudolph is going to do whatever. I don't know who's going to start, but I'm saying, looking at today, I'm saying Will Levis will probably be the starting quarterback for the rest of the season. I actually think we need to get Will Levis an opportunities, man, to do more. And what else do we have to lose? We have nothing else to lose. So this Bills game and the Colts game, offensively, we stunk. So you might as well just change the route and do something different, man. That's my
Hawk, I don't know if you're going to get your wish because I think Will Levis's injury is badder than we thought. What I'm hearing is he might go on IR, and it might be weeks. So that's why I'm saying you might not get your wish like you want it.
Even if that's the case, cool. Get a quarterback in here. Trade for a quarterback. Get up. If there's a backup quarterback out there, get somebody to break some competition because we only got 2 quarterbacks, and that's Mason Rudolph and Trevor Siemian. So,
yeah. Okay. So, Hawk, let me ask you this. Speaking of quarterback, are you ready to tank for a quarterback?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm ready to tank. I'm ready to tank. I'm ready to tank. Listen, this is going to be controversial. I'm saying start trading folks. If we can't, Harold Landry's in his last year of his contract. Jeffrey Simmons, his contract, he signed his contract, last year. Can we get something for him? I'm saying we need to look at all assets from D Hop to Calvin Ridley to Tyler Boyd. We need to look at all assets right now to try to get more picks for next year. We need a quarterback. I'm saying we tank for Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders. Tank. We need a quarterback. In order to get your team on the right track, at times you got to trade assets. I would hate to see certain players leave. I would. But right now we suck. And we have, Rand did a great job in the draft, but we got to make some free agent moves. And we got to get some younger players in here. We need a new overhaul of young players next year, being the quarterback being the first spot. Right now, the Titans would draft 6, but after the games today, the Titans will probably pick number 3. So I'm saying, yes, I'm in tank mode. Tank. Yes, we need a quarterback. Bad. We need a quarterback in the worst way. Yes, I do think we're in tank season. What about you, Jacques?
I mean, I agree. We do need a quarterback. And we might not even need to tank. I mean, the way things are going, dog, it's inevitable to happen. We're gonna be picking top 5 no matter what. Jacksonville just won their 2nd game, so they already got us beat by that already. If Carolina wins today, they'll be up a game. Like it's coming. And if you're picking that high, and there is a quarterback that's there to rejuvenate the fan base, because right now, people, we need to sell tickets. Okay, I don't work for the Titans front office, but I know that's probably what they're saying. How can we get butts in seats? We need to sell tickets. And if you can't do that with the personnel that you have right now to get everybody rejuvenated, we're building a new stadium. We need something ASAP. And I know people, there's no quarterback worth the first round. You say otherwise because you need something. Because if you wait another year, you're going to be doing the same. We're in the same predicament in both. When do you pull the trigger? You might have a quarterback that you can be like, yeah, I like that quarterback. But there's quarterbacks right now in college that are killing Will Levis right now. It's better than Mason Rudolph, unfortunately, right? And they're still in college. And, of course, you have to see how the game transitions to the second level when you get to the NFL. But I agree, man, we need a quarterback. We need a quarterback bad. Because I look at the Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels made a difference. CJ Stroud made a difference, right? Their first round picks, top 5, right? I'm looking at it now. Jaden Daniels got hurt. Who's in? Marcus Mariota, of all people, right? It brings down an offense when you don't have a quarterback. And I think we haven't, it's Titans fandom, it's Titans, we know that, but sometimes we're in denial. We don't want to have that conversation because we've been used to doing something a certain way. But now it's time to have that conversation. We need a real quarterback in Tennessee. I agree 100% with you, Hawk. No
yes, sir.
objection.
Yes, sir. Tank. We need a quarterback.
Yep.
We need it. We gotta get a franchise QB in here for our new stadium, man. We need him. Cam Ward, holler at your boy. Shador, holler at your boy. We got room for him for sure. For sure. So speaking of quarterbacks, all right. So now we see Mason Rudolph. You know, Rudolph was 25 for 40, 215 yards for a touchdown and an interception this game. You're looking at the whole offense as far as passing. We had 200 yards passing against the Buffalo Bills with Mason Rudolph. I know we spoke on wanting him to start this game. That happened. So now we've seen Mason Rudolph. Now, we have just lost our 5th game of the season. So now, moving forward, from game 7 on, who should be the starting quarterback, not just for the next game against the Detroit Lions, which we're going to lose, but for the rest of the season? Who should be the starting quarterback?
Man, in theory, it should be Mason. In theory, in common sense land, it'll tell you it should be Mason. But if I got to put my coach's hat on, if I got to put my Brian Callahan hat on, they're going to go with Will Levis. That's just what they're going to go with. It's going to be Will Levis once he gets healthy, because right now he is not healthy. So right now you have no choice but to start Mason. But it's going to be Will Levis. I'm preparing myself for that. 2, I think what you said, what's going to happen, he's going to open up the playbook, because at this point, you're 1-5, bro. When he gets back, if we 1-7, 1-8, man, let that joker run amok. If he want to throw 6-7 picks a game, let him run amok. Let him do him, right? We're already in a sinking ship. So might as well just sink it some more. So that's my thought, man. It should be Mason, because theoretically, actually, he runs your system how you want it. He looks more comfortable. He's executing the plays. He's not a world beater, but he's running your system. Remember, it's your system. So you run your system. You don't want to play to the quarterback strength, but you want to run your system. So run your system. But what's going to happen in reality, it's going to be Will Levis, dog. What about you?
I know
you want Mason.
Well, that's a picture of Mason Rudolph, you know, from today's game. Jacques, for me, bro, I'm starting Will Levis, dude. I'm starting Will Levis for the rest of the season. Now, I'm speaking on if he's healthy. Now, if he's healthy, he can't play. So I get that. But if he's healthy, I'm starting Will Levis for the rest of the season. Go for it. Go for it. You tried Mason Rudolph. Rudolph didn't play bad today. You know what I'm saying? He played better than Will Levis, at least today. But you know his ceiling. We know Mason's ceiling. You know that I can't grow hair. So it is what it is, right? But, Jacques, you can. So it's like, okay, well, let's look at what can we do with Will Levis, right? Brian Callahan is going to have to trust Will Levis for the rest of the season. The receivers are going to have to step up. Calvin really can't chirp too much anymore. He talked a lot. He talked bad about Will Levis in the last game, or as far as him not getting the football. The football was headed his way. He had drops. He had missed routes. So, Calvin, shut it. Shut it. So, right now, I'm putting it on Callahan. Brian Callahan, offensively, can you set up a system to get Will Levis in some opportunities to get the ball to where it needs to go? Now, is he going to make mistakes? Absolutely. Is he going to be this great quarterback? Probably not. But you got to see what you have. We suck. We're not going to make the playoffs. So you might as well go with the guy that you drafted. You had him to start. He starts for a reason. Have him out there. See what you have if he's healthy. Now, if he's on the IR, then you start Mason Rudolph, and then you bring somebody in over Trevor Siemian. We know what Siemian can do. You know what I mean? He'd been here before. But right now, quarterback is our biggest problem. Quarterback. On as far as a roster, in my opinion. I think the offensive line is settled. The running back position is not too bad. I think things have sort of worked the way that you're going to see. Quarterback is still in the air for me, bro. So I'm saying start Will Levis for the rest of the season.
I agree, man. Again, that's what's going to happen once he gets healthy. That's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to stick on that. Yeah, dog. And people, how do you? I feel embarrassed. I'm being honest with you. This is embarrassing. I'm getting tired of seeing us on highlights, rims, and this is embarrassing, folks. Like, I don't know how y'all feel, but I'm mentally drained with this season, dog. Already, we haven't even we haven't even we haven't even got to the halfway point of the season, man. So I apologize, y'all. Yeah. Go ahead, Howard.
Cool, man. Okay. All right. Well, listen, we will now start our favorite part of the show, the live chop up. Again, if you have not subscribed to us, do that right now. Subscribe to us today here on Bleacher Report. We're actually on YouTube at Tennessee Titans Weekly. We're on Apple. We're on Spotify. Follow us, Tennessee Titans Weekly. We're in those internet streets. All right. So for the live chop up, this will be an opportunity for you out there that's watching the show live. Put down a comment or some questions in the comment section, man. We'll pull it up on our screen, and then we'll answer those as quickly as we can, man. So let's get rocking, folks. Appreciate everybody that's out there.
Right, 224. You're right, bro. They're going to hang 50 on us, bro, if we keep playing. The Detroit Lions, I mean, they look good, man. They look real good. How they've been able to build their program and how they've been able to build their team and just do what they do, man, it's amazing to see. They've done their thing, man. I got to give them that.
They have.
See, JG Milton says I don't really like any of the top quarterbacks either. So who would y'all if that's a great question. If y'all don't see any quarterbacks in the top 5, right? If we're picking number 1 or 2, who would y'all pick between that? If we're picking number 1, who's your number 1 pick? And why, besides quarterback, right? And I know me and Hawk already talked about it. We quarterback all day. Right? If we might not get to pick that high again, right? Just never know. So if you got an opportunity, do it. Take it ASAP. But I'm just curious to see if y'all don't want a quarterback in that particular spots because it looks we're trending to pick between 1 and 3 actually. If we keep it up, that's how bad we are. And we haven't picked that high since I believe 2016 when we drafted 2015 to 2016, one of them when we drafted Marcus, right? So when we did pick that high, we picked the quarterback. I think the last time after that, we picked Vince Young. I think we picked high then too. Yes, we did. I think we did. Yep, we did pick Vince. Yes, we did. So again, when you're picking that high, you need to get a game changer. Remember, people, we're building a stadium. Me and Hawk live in the city. We live in Nashville. We see this stuff. Like, come on. Let me see. Most of you are too young to remember the back-to-back 1-13 Oilers. This was a team that feels like that.
Yeah, I could see that. As far as the Oilers, I'm definitely not young enough. I remember all of that. It does feel like that. I somewhat say it feels worse than that. Because with the Oilers, at times you had Warren Moon, you had Chris Chan, you had a quarterback. You know what I mean? You just didn't have fan support. So it's we had bad seasons, yes, but this year sucks, bro.
That's a hell of a point, Hawk. We still have fan support.
That's right.
So RA224, he said, "Go James Pierce Jr. If you have a top pick. If we don't go quarterback, okay." Now, what would you do
Pierce, for those that don't know, James Pierce, the talented defensive end from the University of Tennessee, number 27. James Pierce is a problem. He is. I would say if you did that, of course, you either keep Arden Key or Harold Landry, one of them leave, both of them, or whatever. You would have to make a roster change or whatever to happen. I personally don't think defensive end is a problem for us. I don't like. Let's say if we did do that, then I would think if you didn't draft a quarterback, you bring in a free agent quarterback, like a young, like a Hendon Hooker or somebody, or Justin Fields or something, at least for 1 year to see how that pans out. Then draft a quarterback if he sucks. But I'm still saying take for a quarterback.
I like you because you'll take the approach the Steelers took when they traded for Justin Fields and then went out and got Russell Simmons. I mean, you could do an overhaul like that. But again, if y'all want to see a winning product, you're going to need at the end of the day, the most important position on the field that makes you or breaks you as a team is the quarterback. People don't hear that, but it is what it is, right? And we haven't had a decent one. We've had a decent one in Ryan Tannehill, but we knew his ceiling. And a lot of people thought that Will Levis was going to be that that guy. But right now, early in your career, especially now these days and times, you kind of know early if he's going to be your guy, if that makes sense, right? People compared him to Josh Allen, but Josh Allen came in a time where you still had that window of being patient, and you still had that window to say, okay, we got growing pains, we can be patient, we can do this. In these days and times, is everybody wants everything quick as a microwave. We don't have time, y'all. I'm just saying, we don't have time. We don't. We don't.
And we got to get ticket sales for the stadium.
Man, dog.
So, having a Shador Sanders or Cam Ward, even from a business, look at the hoodie I got on, right? This is our hoodie, Tennessee Titans Weekly. You guys can check that out when you go. You can just Google Tennessee Titans Weekly for merchandise. We got it. Hey, we got to get ticket sales at the end of the day, right? So get a marquee name or rookie out there. Let them learn. Will Levis don't look like he's it, bro.
I agree. And you know what's crazy? I already bought my tickets for the new stadium. That's how dedicated I am. I've already bought my tickets for the new stadium. Okay? I'm sold already. I'm like, okay, I'm here. But at the end of the day, it kind of makes me like a dummy because I'm like, oh, man, I done bought my tickets. Now what are we expecting? Is this thing going to sell out? What are we going to do, right? Am I going to be the only one in the stadium with a bag on my head talking about Go Titans? Come on, man.
Yep.
Like,
yep.
come
That's
on,
facts,
man.
bro.
Like,
facts, no paper.
Yeah. I like the wide. We do need to get younger at wide receiver. I do agree 100% with that. We need younger, quicker, faster wide receivers. I agree 100%. But like you said, who's gonna throw them the ball? I don't know.
Yeah. So I have a question for folks too, Jacques. So we have a poll question out there as far as a fire sale of letting players go. So when we're talking about like players like Jeffrey Simmons, Arden Key, those guys who are great players, and I'm big fans of these guys. I'm looking more for adding more picks and those things. I'm not saying just automatically let them go, but I'm saying to have that thought, like where I wasn't thinking that. I'm having that thought. Do y'all feel the same? Or are we being too emotional, or are we being rational here to say, listen, in order to get to where we need to go, we got to let some assets go. We know we have a huge problem at quarterback and receiver. Like we need even right tackle. Like we tight end. Like we have so many positions that we need to fill in, and we don't have it right now. We are not a good football team.
So this is why I would say on that question, Hawk, is you don't want to pull the trigger too early, if that makes sense, because you do have a good core of pieces on defense. And I understand what you're saying. Hey, let's see if what we can get. If we're going to trade Harold Landry or Jeffrey Simmons, I need to get a third or best. It's no fourth. No, I'll take a fourth. That's fine. But from 1 to 4, I need draft picks between that because those are game-changing playmakers.
Sure.
If I can't get a fire sale, if they say, well, we take Harold Landry's contract in a 5th, hell no. No, I'm not doing that.
Right.
I'm not doing that.
Absolutely.
I'm not doing it at all.
Absolutely.
But I agree when it comes to – I'll say this with Harold. If Jalen Harold can pick it up, and if he starts to turn on like Harold by close to the latter part of the season, if he gets more playing time, then yes, you need to hurry up and do that. But the trade deadline ends when, Hawk?
And I think it's early November that I do.
Okay.
That. Yep.
So it's still here. Okay. So if that's the case, yeah. Somebody asked about. I seen that question. Somebody said something about
November 5th. November 5th.
Oh, that's right after the election. That's crazy. Okay. Somebody asked about D-Hop on the sideline, and somebody said, "Is he on the sideline because he's about to get traded?" Me and Hawk talked about that off camera. Yes, I think so too. When you do that, I'm trying to preserve you. I'm trying to preserve your health, 1, and 2. I probably might be on the phone with somebody right now saying, "Hey, D-Hop, da da da." Now he does love Nashville. He does. You could tell D-Hop loves Nashville. He does. But from a business perspective, bro, go get you a Super Bowl, man. You deserve it. You are damn the Hall of Fame wide receiver. D-Hop, I mean Ravens, y'all need a receiver, man. Go get D-Hop, man. He might not contribute. He can be a contributor, right? Like Derek is. That way, man, y'all have a potential to win a Super Bowl. That way you can go out in the sunset and all that crap.
Yeah. Go to the Chiefs, D-Hop. Go to Kansas City, bro.
Yeah, go to the Chiefs.
Go to the Chiefs because they need a receiver. They got Smith-Schuster's number 1 receiver right now.
Or the Steelers.
Yeah, or the Steelers. Yeah. Go somewhere like D-Hop's a great dude. Like, he has embraced the city. Jacques, I've told you, I have run into him in the city on, just seen him out and about. Like, he really loves the city. But yeah, man, if we're not going to do nothing here, bro, don't waste your energy and your time, man. Go somewhere. Like, look what Derrick Henry's doing out there, right?
He made
a smart decision out there.
Hey, he's having fun. I've never seen Derek have this much fun. He is having fun. He is having fun. And I'm not saying he didn't have fun when he was here, but you could tell he's having fun in the latter part of his career. He knows we have potential to do great things with what we have.
That's right. So, well, cool. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we want to say again, thank you all for tuning into the show, man. Again, the Tennessee Titans with a bad loss against the Buffalo Bills, 34-10. The Tennessee Titans are now 1-5. The Buffalo Bills have improved to 5-2. The Tennessee Titans do play the Detroit Lions next. We'll definitely do that show as well. Not sure how that's going to look against us with Detroit as a loss, but it is what it is, man. We'll see. But shout out to T. Kelly as well, too, man. Shout out to T. Kelly, man. I looked at it, I was like, yeah, he got the buffalo chicken wings and all that. Hey, that's what we were serving them the chicken wings today, man. For real. It was Tennessee Titan sauce today, man. Terrible. Right. But hey, shout out to everybody that's watched the show, man. Again, check us out here on Bleacher Report. Follow us today. Subscribe to us. You can look at us as well, too, man. We're out on YouTube at Tennessee Titans Weekly. We're also on Apple. We're on Spotify at Tennessee Titans Weekly. On Twitter, we're at Titans Weekly 24/7. And on Instagram at Tennessee Titans Weekly. Bleacher Report, you know what it is, man.
And again, thank y'all, man, for watching the show, participating. I know this is some down times right now, but let's just try to keep our heads up, man, and keep supporting as much as we can. But, hey, we got to get better, y'all. We got to figure this thing out. But anyway, hey, Bleacher Report, thank y'all for the opportunity once again. We appreciate y'all. Appreciate the weekly family, the participants in the show. And let's get to the Lions, man, and figure this thing out.
Yeah, for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to say again, thank you all. We hope you have a great week. Have a great day as well. I'm not watching no more football when the Titans lose. I'm done for the day. So, I'll watch the ESPN or something. I'll watch some highlights here on Bleacher Report. I'm going to be watching things like that, man. So, as we always say and as we always do, folks, facts.
No paper.